What's cracking, fellas? There was a couple pieces of mail that I didn't get to, it looks like. First one from James. Hey, he says, hey, Supreme, I need some real advice. And I have a couple of questions. Which of your products is best for me to begin with? I just went to your website/store, and you have several different products. I am 29 years of age, will become 30 this year. I spent most of my 20s in a long, serious relationship, which doesn't exist anymore. I let myself go over the past years, so I have to get back in shape. Yes, you do. I have no game whatsoever, and I have even become socially awkward, something I was not in the past. Now I'm wondering, what can I do at this point? Am I too old to start this? Well, I was about 27 when I got back in the game, so and I continued until I was 45. So not too old, and my 7 steps program, brother. 7 steps. I think it's called How to Attract Women now. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. Scared to play with fire. Hi, Supreme. My name is Troy. What's cracking, Troy? I sent you an email April 1 from whacking to sex, and since then, with your coaching, I built up a team of 5 women to have sex with for each day of the week. But then the constant calls and texts came, and I got scared of the game and what I was becoming. You're a brother? I was getting very cold to women and emotionless, and prayed to the universe, you must be one of them church brothers, to please let me be back the way I was. Within a week, I did foolish things and lost all of the women. All of the women. Wow. This brother lost 5 women in 1 week. That is totally the subconscious mind. He's not aware of it, but he meant to do that because he felt bad about being a player. And that's not where he wants to be in this game then. So he's got to learn how to be a dater. Now I wish I had them back. I met a 43-year-old black woman yesterday and asked her out on a date. She said yes, but when I emailed her the info later in the day, she said she had plans. We work at different companies, but in the same building. Ugh. I don't know about that. I called and texted her, did both, and later in the evening and received no reply. And today she sends me an email saying she's getting back with her ex and not to call her or text her again. Okay, you became a bugaboo. You're black, you know what a bugaboo is, right? That's what women call someone who's, you know what that is, Jovita? Yes, I know what a bugaboo is. You get all desperate and clingy, and that scares females. Probably she got scared for the moment, you know, someone else came through, she had a date with someone else, get some dick. She don't know you. So she might be using the excuse that she's getting back with her ex, or she might actually be getting back with him. Maybe he's the one who called and got her busy. I don't know, but you fucked up, basically. How can I be a player in the game and like who I am? Well, that's something you have to work out for yourself, okay? What I realized was that I served a purpose in the women's lives I met. I taught them not to go out with men like me. And many of them did go straight after that, as they might call it. They didn't date players anymore. They went for some squares, nice guys. In fact, one girl that I dated, she just contacted me after about 15 years. And, you know, she's settled down, married to a guy that she says like a warm bowl of milk. Whereas being with me was like being on the edge of a cliff, she said. So when you psychologically realize that players, we actually do some good out there, believe it or not. Because we teach women to grow the fuck up and stop dating bad boys, you know, players. And if they don't learn the lesson, they'll get a harder lesson for the next one. Okay? That's how I did it for myself. You got to find your own inner voice, inner justification for it. Until then, you're going to keep blocking yourself like what you just did. And you'll keep blowing your game up. I've never seen anybody lose 5 women in 1 fucking week. You must have really got all emotional and nutted out on them. So solve that before you try to date again or try to become a player again. I can see you're probably, as I said, a church boy, so you probably just want to just date someone. And that's what I would recommend you trying at first. Just try dating someone, you know. Not everybody's made for this player game. I've come to realize that. Not everybody has the inner player, the inner man, real man within them. Okay, some people got that moistness. You know, you might have been raised by a single parent mother, so you're kind of soft, and you've been taught, you know, not to hurt women's feelings and all that kind of stuff. So that's just the way it is. Okay, the last one that I didn't get to. Writes, maybe controversial. Recently, I tried crash dieting and fasting to lose a bunch of muscle. Why would you ever want to lose muscle? There, J.R. Knight. Because I'm already too bulky. I'm like your size. It seems effortless for skinny guys, average Joes, to get women than big guys like us. Well, I was 225, and I went up to, I don't know, 235, something like that. I gained 10 pounds, and even with 10 pounds on me, I was still getting women like crazy. And I lost it back to 225 and gained it up to 230, I think, when I met Jovina somewhere in there. I had no problems. No problems. Would it be worth trying to lose muscle? Never. Women like strong males. Okay? So that muscle is in your benefit. Now, if... Okay, let me go on here. Please slap some sense into my head that I'm being deceived and the big guys like us can get many beautiful women. Jovina, help me out on this one. He's saying, you know, big guys like us can get many beautiful women. And I'm not talking, no eye of the beholder bullshit. I'm talking real 8s and to 10s.
Now, wait a minute. Beauty technically is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what he feels is 8 or 10s. I don't know if he's a white dude or a black dude. So if he's a white dude, he probably wants some little skinny type of girls with the pretty faces and all that.
Because what
if he's a brother, then he probably wants some curvaceous shit.
Yeah. What he thinks is beautiful, a lot of other guys don't think.
But let me finish. I worked too hard for years gaining pounds of muscle. I'm like 20% body fat, and that's actually too much at 250. Also, how tall are you? I'm 6'1". So if you're like 250 and you're 5'10", that's like a refrigerator, like a brick. So your body composition needs to be broad shoulders tapered to a narrow waist. Okay? That's how you want it. Anything less than that starts adding bulk on you. The wider you get, the wider you look, the less desirable you look. I admit I can lose some excess body fat to better my chances. I'm tired of naturally attracting 4s and 6s. Well, also, you got to look at your self-esteem. And also the other that goes into how do you dress, how do you look here, you know, do you have, like, I'm balding. If I grow my hair, it'd be like a Bozo the Clown thing going on, okay? So are you wearing that kind of look on your head? There's so much that goes into it besides just the muscle, all right? And how are you dressing? But the main thing is your self-esteem. So your self-esteem basically, obviously, and judging from this email, is at 4 6s. So you're getting exactly what you deserve. Because you don't have strong self-esteem. And you're pissed off about it. So why don't you work on that also? You notice the guys who date the 8s to 10s, the big guys date them, they got strong self-esteem. They're not on the internet looking for answers, number one. You know, the guys who are out there doing the damn thing, they're not on the net looking at videos trying to solve the issues. So obviously, all of you guys who are listening to me, you got some issues in your self-esteem and your self-confidence. All right? And that's why your game is you know, not where you want it to be. Oh, Jovina.
Yes, dear.
Earlier this morning, some fella asked a question about you and players. You dated some players, and let me see if I can find the goddamn question. I don't know. If you want to answer, you can. You don't have to. Because it's a little bit of your private life, and I think some of these motherfuckers don't have any goddamn social skills to know when they're asking about private shit.
It's just my past. I try to keep my past exactly where it is there.
Exactly, in the past. Well, these guys are, you know, mostly smart guys, so they don't understand that social.
Kill the cat.
Yeah. Okay. What will your wife make a vid about her dating players and how they met? Well, they met in the club.
Yeah.
You met a few at outside the club. I think she said she met someone at the gas station.
Yeah, but that never went anywhere.
Oh, that never went anywhere. Okay, well, fuck it. The guys you dated before me were all from the club, right? Or
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
places? All of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that. I mean, everybody in their motherfucking ass. Everybody, them, Tom, Dick, and Harry been up in that shit. No, just kidding, fellas.
Hey.
Anyway, so she met him at the club. Okay, how they met? How'd you guys meet? If you don't mind.
You're at the club. It's a social place. Dancing, coming up to me, talking to me, asking me questions.
Yeah.
How else do you meet in a club?
Exactly. So there you go. Give me a cookie. She met him in the clubs. They came up, asked her to dance, start talking, probably exchanged numbers, right?
After a while, yeah.
Went on dates. It's the normal process. Nothing to talk about there, fella. Let's see, how much time do I have for this shit? Okay. Then he asked me the question, like where you started working and everything. Okay. Wow. Where did I start working? Well, if you want to go back to my childhood, I worked for the Parks and Recreation during high school, mowing lawns and shit. During the summer, while all my buddies were at the rec center swimming, I'm out there around the rec center mowing the lawns and trimming the hedges and shit like that. Before that, I was selling subscriptions to what was called the Sacramento Union, which was the Republican newspaper that used to be in my town. But going to adulthood, I was working for Pacific Bell. Hated every goddamn minute of 8.5 years of my life. I started my first business, my personal training business. I had started teaching. I was taking dance class because I wanted to get more flexible for martial arts. And I figured, okay, well, I was doing Aikido at the time. And there was a dance class going on, at the college across the way, so I started there. And I'd always wanted to learn how to dance. I wanted to learn tap dancing as a kid. We saw Sammy Davis Jr., all those great tappers and all that kind of stuff, and blah, blah, blah. That's what we grew up with in the 60s, black folks. So I started studying dance. In the dance class, a woman came up to me and said, you know what, I'm gonna open an aerobic studio. And I had taken aerobics before I started the dance because I wanted to get myself back into shape. I had a bad car accident. I gained weight. I was 190 pounds. I was used to being like 160 pounds. Okay, I had 3 rolls in my gut. Skinny with a belly, so to speak. So anyway, so I started taking aerobics, lost it all, got in shape, studied dance, started teaching aerobics. After that, one of the few male instructors back in the 80s, so my class was popular, had a big following. Fast forward, started my first business, personal training, did that, public speaking, did that. What else can I say? I don't know. It's all in my videos in the past, all my life story there. All you have to do is just dig the information out when you listen to the videos. So I've got over 1,000 videos, so you should be busy for quite some time getting my life story out of me. Back then, I was a square. I went out with a girl named Susie. Let me back up. I was unhappily married, and I eventually moved out. I only have less than a minute to tell the story. And while I was teaching aerobics, and I was dating a girl named, her nickname was Buzz. That's the 80s. She had that shaved head on the side. She read sci-fi. Met her in a nightclub. Blah, blah, blah. Got done with her. Went through the breakup shit. Met another girl named Susie. Susie had just moved back from New York. Her boyfriend followed her back here. She slept with him after he slept with me. I didn't know girls would do that. That's how dumb I was after you slept with them. So I said, well, 2 can play that game. And I became a player after that. All right? Peace.